Greetings to all. Welcome to Future Officers Academy. Today we are going to see the daily current affairs of 2nd May 2024. To get more current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel. Now we'll move on to the topic of today. Today we are going to see the topic of marine heat waves and GST. The marine heat waves comes under GS1 of geography, and the GST comes under economy, which we have the GS paper of 3. So you have to know about these two topics. Today our first topic is about marine heat waves. Why the marine heat wave is currently in news? The Indian Ocean warmed by 1.2 degrees Celsius, and between 2020 and 2100 it warmed by an additional 1.7 to 3.8 degrees Celsius according to the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. Heat waves are known to happen in the sky, but they also frequently happen in the ocean. We refer to these as marine heat waves. Periods of exceptionally high ocean temperatures are known as marine heat waves. Ocean temperatures are abnormal warm due to phenomenon which have big effect on marine industry and ecosystems over time. They might happen in winter and summer. These marine heat waves can happen in summer and also or in winter. What causes these marine heat waves? The most common drivers of marine heat waves are warm water pockets can accumulate due to ocean currents. Also, by warming from the atmosphere, the ocean surface is also known as air-sea heat flux. In a maritime heat wave, winds have the power to intensify or decrease the warming, and weather patterns such as El Nino can alter the probability of incidents taking place in specific areas. How the marine heat waves are measured? When the seawater temperature rise for a last 5 days in a row above a seasonal varying threshold, it is referred to a maritime heat waves. Heat waves that occur back to back within 2 day window are regarded as a single event. Measures the occurrence of marine heat waves are also based on their properties such as their duration, intensity, cumulative intensity, annual frequency, and annual marine heat waves days. Now, what is the role of climate change? Here we have to see those things. The rate of ocean warming is unprecedented. Since 1880, sea surface temperatures have risen at a pace of approximately 0.6 degrees Celsius in every century. Marine heat waves are therefore more likely to occur as its warming, while marine ecosystems are capable of adapting to situations that are marginally outside of their evolutionary range. Marine heat waves are exceptional events that put ecosystems at risk. We are more prone to encounter these extremes that make us vulnerable in a warmer climate. Marine heat waves have the capacity to destroy marine ecosystem and result in financial losses for the aquaculture, fishing, and also in tourism sectors. But the consequences are frequently out of sight. By increasing public knowledge of these occurrences and advancing scientific knowledge of their physical characteristics and ecological effects, further situations can be better predicted, aiding in the preservation of delicate maritime habitats and resources. It is essential to put policies in place to reduce ocean warming and mitigate the effects of heat waves by enhancing ocean resilience. To meet the targets forth in Paris Agreement, governments must aggressively reduce emissions derived from the fossil fuels, simultaneously investing in environmental friendly alternatives. Government funding organizations need to increase research capacity in order to track heat waves in the ocean and their effects and forecast such events in future. In order to identify the most vulnerable species and make more accurate predictions about the future, research should integrate biological and physical data. A wide range of stakeholders are needed to take effective action in response to these heat waves. Researchers, policymakers, the private sector such as fisheries, aquaculture, and ecotourism, conservationists, and the civil society. These mechanisms should be put in place by local management organizations to aid in coordinated response. Also, government at all levels should plan and carry out initiatives to safeguard local population and increase the resilience of these region oceans. These are all about the marine heat waves. Now, the GST. GST is nothing but as goods and service tax. It is a comprehensive indirect tax on the production, distribution, and use of products and service across India is known as the Products and Service Tax or the GST. The central government and the states' respective levies would be replaced by the GST. It's a system of designation-based taxes. Under 101st Constitutional Amendment Act, it has been came to establish. In order to create a single market in India, it is an indirect tax applied to the entire nation along the lines of one nation, one tax, which says one nation, one tax. It is a single tax on a provision of goods and service over their whole life cycle, that is from producer to customer. Only the value addition is used to compute it at any point in the goods and services of life cycle. Instead of paying for a full supply chain as was previously the case, the ultimate customer would simply pay his portion of the taxes. The Finance Minister of India is head of the GST Council, which has the authority to rule on any topic of preparing GST. Now, we have the taxes at center and state level are incorporated into GST. At state level, we have taxes like state value added tax, that is sales tax, and entertainment tax, octroi and entry tax, purchase tax, luxury tax, taxes on lottery, betting, and gambling. These are comes under the state level. In a central level, we have central excise duty, additional excise duty, service tax, additional customs duty, special additional duty of customs. We have all these taxes under central and state. Now, what are the benefits of GST? It has for central and state governments both. First benefit of this is simple and easy to administer, because GST as single tax is replacing several indirect tax at the federal and provincial levels. The next is better control on leakage, better tax complications, a decline in rent seeking, increased the tax transparency as a result of ITUs. The next is higher revenue efficiency. And for consumer, the inflation rate will be reduced by the straightforward on one tax reduction in total tax burden. Also, the tax democracy means the necessities will be tax free while luxury goods will be subject to higher tax. And for business class, easy tax compliance will lead to increased ease of doing business. Also, uniformity in tax rates and structures will improve corporate investment and decision making in the future. Elimination of tax cascading consequences. Enhanced competitiveness. Enhanced competitiveness will result from lower transaction cost. Now we have to know about GST Council. According to the Finance Minister, it is India's first federal institution. It will be provide its approval in national tax decision. States have two-thirds of the voting rights where the center has one-third. In the council, decisions are made based on the majority. Now we have to know about what are the principles of GST. The central GST would be levied and collected by the center. When goods and services are supplied within a state, the state will impose and collect state goods tax. When goods and services supplied over state lines, the center will impose the integrated GST and distribute the state component of the tax to the state in which goods and services is used. Now, what are the issues are seen and unresolved in this GST? Not all items are covered in under the GST. Also, the decision criteria for the tax bracket. Also, the multiple tax rates and brackets. Power to impose tax taken away by central government from the parliament also brings confusion regarding the location of consumption, but also anti-proliferating class, and it brings confusion regarding the control over taxation. So these are the things about GST. That's all from our today's topics. To get this PDF download, the link will be provided in our description. You can download it from our Telegram channel. To get more daily current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel for MCQs. Thank you.